sights and sounds of Ahmedabad as we arrive here for a very important match in Pool D. A little bit of New Zealand thrown in as well. It is New Zealand against South Africa. Aidan Markram and Mitchell Santner in a very intriguing match. Some form players. The toss was held short time ago and it was won by South Africa. Aidan Markram deciding he'd like to bowl first. They have played here before, South Africa already twice in this competition. New Zealand have had both of their games in Chennai. Pool D, good crowd in, what it means. t20 and it's new. Any side that, Sean Pollock, South Africa.
Yeah, Markram de Cockrick.
These South African players exceedingly well. Good to see.
He has 4 for 31 in the first game, 3 for 20. We'll have a bit of a challenge to deal with initially. We'll get the ball last to take them off by Nabi in the last game. Global. Not scared to bowl them in the power plays. Big mistake.
All T20 World Cups. What's going to happen from up and fine, is it? Down for 4, yes it is. A little bit of movement, a little bit of good fortune.
Yeah, just touching the fact that he's trying to, or will be trying to use the waist shape to these right-handers. Got it nice and full, gave it an opportunity to swing. He got the edge, but unfortunately for Lungi, it's not the edge he was.
There it is away, and this will go down just for the single. Really good piece of work. He mentioned he was quite wide, but
would just love a nice start of a wicket.
That one into the body of Finn Allen, who gets underway.
Yeah, that was actually good thinking. Poor Rifle. He's
the degree of movement. But, wide that time, and that'll be one bounce for.
Third man's definitely in play. We've seen 2 go down there. One went to the boundary along the floor, one was cut off, and then again into that area.
Up inside the circle if they can get
back as well.
There's no one back for that one. That's the best shot so far, the most conclusive. That had width, but it also had a length that Finn Allen liked.
He turned around straight away to Lungi to his captain and said, sorry, that wasn't part of the plan. I think they were trying to discuss something else, but look how wide that is. That was right on the wall.
Thumped, but can't get it past cover. Just have a look at Tim Seifert here, because I think he was stranded by quite some margin.
That it hadn't clipped the hand or touched the boot. 4 wickets. There's another one, but this one has disappeared. This one ain't getting no wickets, it's just getting Voyager miles. Keeps
bowling those, Finn Allen will be elite class because that went so far back. That is just... Oh, that's timed perfection. What a huge over for New Zealand. It really has been a beauty. It's 20.
You do just think that with the...
Well, not that occasion. That's straight down the ground for 6 from Seifert. New Zealand have found their little go-to switch, and they've switched it big time.
Holy smoke! Seifert! Man, talk about one back on the offside. Deep.
Little touch, yes indeed there is. Quite a healthy one as well, as he looked to access the offside, and the bounce did for him.
Yeah, change of field, got him moving around the crease, gave himself some room, Seifert. And then we talked about the extra bounce that Jansen brings to the party, and there was evidence.
And that'll frustrate him. That will really frustrate South Africa. Didn't do a lot wrong there, and Finn Allen will count as lucky stars.
Ngidi didn't find himself often in the slip cordon. I know he's a little bit deeper there, but that's a good delivery. It had to be tight.
Oh, boy. Now, it's got to get this. He's got to get all of it. He does. Stubbs was waiting. The ball's been following him. And it is 6. But boy, it hung and it hung and it hung and everyone.
Be on my way. You and I did the...
A wicket in the over, but also 17 runs. That's money.
In the T20 competition. And 4 wickets for Rabada to get to 3.
Hey, you guys have got one of ours. One of our better ones. Producer, director, all South African.
Caught their team.
That's where he likes to hit freely over the offside, and it should run away for 4, it will. But I'm not sure that was headed absolutely where he intended either.
Yeah, Rabada rolled his fingers across it. Richard Ravindra said, okay.
And a single to finish the 5th over. New Zealand 51.
Paul. Oh, that's lovely. Into the crowd for 6. Excellent start to the over by Ravindra. Excellent grab. David Miller in the action again. And South Africa pick up wicket number 2.
No gap there. Brilliant movement from Miller as well. Away to his right. Yep. Lean run continues. Just 30.
Another catch. Oh, how disappointing for Finn Allen. It's Aiden Markram who holds on to a special one here in Ahmedabad. South Africa dealing in wickets.
Well, it's a good side of 2 overs. Finn Allen gone now for 31.
Excellent from Janssen. 2 wickets from that over. End of the power play, 58 for 3.
I'll get it.
So just sitting back watching the 3 wickets will be the concern.
As across the line, this Chapman, so well played for 4.
So if you're feeling like you could play the game with some relative freedom, and if you play well in your last contest, both these sides should. And Nisham at 8. So
Ball in. Keshav Maharaj gets through Glenn Phillips. Timber rattles here in Ahmedabad.
well, I need some of that batting now, Cass. It's a bit to come. Onto the stumps. Phillips goes cheaply as well.
Absorbing that pressure early on and striking back so well.
And at times, you're seeing South done by the pace. Not there, not for Chapman. He's picked that up beautifully over mid-wicket. 6 to end the over. 7 done, 70 watties.
Now Marco Janssen, Corbin Ball. Straight down the ground, 4 runs, and releases the pressure.
Continue with the cross seam, but this one hasn't done much except for hit the middle of the bat. That one, Dale, I'm not sure whether they brought you in the right time or not.
Yeah, this one just overpitched a little bit, but it is that.
Find also in the evening games, it gave you better.
Yeah, I just felt like I could get. But then with my Yorker, what would obviously happen.
6 from the over. 8 gone, 77.
The middling partnerships at the top. Manetti squared at the top of the order. It was just great to the UAE, the development of their cricket.
Yeah, a little bit of.
A little change of pace. Not quite in the timing. It's smart bowling. Not quite from the skipper to drag it back, but shrewd, I like it, from Bosch in terms of...
Second super over the other day, so bowls well.
Fetch this! It's got wings on it! Nick Massive and beautifully timed here from Daryl Mitchell.
It's a perfect matchup for Daryl Mitchell. Right arm off spin, not a lot of turn. A little bit of dew. And out. Oh, not now. Chapman says left-hander, right arm off spinner does not matter. We saw 6 early in this over. Daryl Mitchell. Chapman's just danced down the wicket. Picked it up on the half volley. Little flick to the leg side and another 6.
Well, Chapman short and pumped. Yeah, just a little skimmer. Well picked up from Mark Chapman. Rabada doesn't like it, but it is certainly well played.
It looked like he just changed his pace here, Rabada, and dragged it down. A slow ball bouncer, perhaps. Yep, just rolled his fingers on it.
Oh, that's as clean as a whistle downtown for 4 more. Mark Chapman, he's raced into the 40s.
Slow ball bouncer, the ball before. And then slightly over pitching. Chapman read the play. He's come down the wicket.
Yeah. Left-handers and the elegance with a flashing blade behind point here from Chapman.
Oh, lovely, lovely shot by Chapman.
Marco Jansen, again, another change of pace. It just skids on, but it's the...
Leading edge, gone! He's going to miss out on the half century. Best figures for Marco Jansen with a 4 for now. And it is 5th wicket down for New Zealand.
Another change of pace this time.
And it will be Mitchell who's hit it down long on Strode. He has. And that's all about dot ball pressure at the other end. Stubbs takes the catch he deserves to because he's been the action a lot in the outfield.
Yeah, this is exactly what South Africa were after. They picked up a wicket, they broke that partnership, then strung lots of dot balls together.
I don't think this is going to carry far enough. South Africa are brilliant in the outfield. Really good. Safe hands again. And New Zealand are compounding somewhat.
Yeah, we talk about that angle, and if you don't get it right, it's going to cross you. If you open the bat face, there's 2 men square of the wicket.
That'll go for 4. First one for a while, a lucky one.
Yeah, first one in 25 deliveries for New Zealand. And Kahisa Rabada will probably count himself a little bit unlucky.
Have the momentum. They'll get a bit here. That's quite cleverly played by Nisham.
Yeah, it's a very good shot. Moves into position early. Probably think that Jansen's not going to target the stumps, and with the extra bounce, he kind of bank on being able to...
Slightly over toss. Nisham might get this one. He does get this one for 4. Rabada can't run it down.
Yeah, that one just slightly over pitched, ends up being a low full toss. KG Rabada tried his best charging around. I think he might have got a left hand to it.
Down the ground for 4. One bounce, and Jimmy Nisham goes back to back at the end. And he'll finish with 23 off 15. And New Zealand, in their 20 overs, having been asked to bat first, finish at 175 for 7. Tournament, 176.
Those scores have been chased down.
Yeah, work to do and plenty of it for Mitchell Santner and his men. Matt Henry, there's a little bit of swing, a little bit of movement on offer. Expect Henry and Duffy to get through.
Markram and then Quinton de Kock.
Phillips, as you would expect, and the captain Santner.
Yeah, on the money straight away. Interesting one. Ball just to throw the left-handed back.
As is Markram, off and running with a lovely square drive.
It really is a good cricket pitch, this. There is a little bit of shape, but slightly on the up. It's no really a...
Through covers this time. Get some more fielders across. That is beautiful from Markram.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The first one was on the rise, and Aiden Markram hits it with a closed face, but he uses the length to kind of...
Chilling at mid-wicket for the left-hander. Down the ground. And that'll race away, I think, for 4, and that'll bring up 3,000 international T20 runs for Quinton de Kock. Becomes the 13th player. And the 6. And a gorgeous 6 over extra cover from Markram.
Yeah, the faster they come, the faster they go. Over-pitched Aiden Markram with those...
Edge, slips gone, and that'll race away for 4.
We mentioned they needed their slips in position, and just as the starters allowed South Africa to get going, you lose your slips. Now you find the edge, the perfect delivery from Lockie Ferguson. He is such a...
Oh, as is that from Quinton de Kock. He says, anything you can do, Aiden Markram, I can do just as stylishly.
Yeah, we've seen some... we've seen a couple boundaries already by the South Africans, but that's probably the best of them all. Quinton de Kock just leaning into a perfect...
Goes straight, times it well. It might be all the way it is.
Yeah, that's that lofted on drive from Aiden Markram. Again, the strong forearms. I think it was a slower ball. It was a slight change of pace. Markram in incredible form.
And again, that's the one you're talking about, Dale Steyn, on the up. It's gone a little further. Not a bad delivery by any stretch, but a brilliant shot.
No, that is not a bad delivery at all. I actually got a little bit of goosebumps, to be honest with you. That is one of the best and most beautiful...
Fine for 4. Give him the benefit here. Aidan Markram, I think he was looking to angle it down that way. Picks up 4 more.
I saw change in the field. Long on had gone back. Duffy's just dragged his length back.
Fine for 4, leg side this time. New Zealand have lost their line, their length, and they have been put under pressure. 50 comes up, 51 without loss after 3.
Drifting down the leg side, Markram.
Pull shot now, man out there, cannot get there.
Now Quinton de Kock now into the action. Henry has gone short, but not short enough. It's almost chest high. It's not going to challenge de Kock. It needs to be head high and slightly higher.
Pulls again, and all the way, yes it is. Short side, doesn't matter.
This is a better bouncer, but this is just good batsmanship. This is an excellent shot by Quinny de Kock. Taking the risk here, Matt Henry.
Bowled him, slower ball. De Kock threw the shot early. A little bit of respite for New Zealand. Ferguson picks one up.
Now pace off by Ferguson. Quinton de Kock, he's gone for 20.
Finds the gap again. And this will race across the turf for 4 more. Simply stuck.
Well, it is, and there's more of it. As we mentioned, the dew factor, and it slides on. It is slick across the outfield, and they're doing it in style here, South Africa.
I think this is a change-up. It's a pace-off delivery, and Rickleton's pick power play now.
Well, they can keep hoping, because that'll be it. More timing to the fore here. And, Rickleton, he joins the party.
Yeah, the first slow ball didn't work. The second one neither. The length too full. And just
force. Oh! Pick the bones out of this one. Talk about emos. Whoa!
If it wasn't such a massive stadium, you could say the Kookaburra departs the stadium, but it's a huge stadium. But I'm reckoning that's up in contention for the longest of the tournament. That's got to be over 100 metres.
And there we go. The ball late, but there you have it. What a 50 from Aidan Markram. And a bit of a punch of the glove there from Rickleton. Good stuff.
Yeah, they're up in the dressing room and the dugout, and so they should be. What a fantastic 50. 19 balls.
That was 10 years ago, Quinton. And again, the placement, exquisite from the skipper.
Yeah, that's the problem. When you've got them charging, that brings up the 100. When you've got them charging it, they're just smashing it as batters. And you think, I've got a chance, because if he keeps going in that vein, maybe he can make a mistake. But when you add...
On the story. Now there. Oh, Mitchell. Yeah, didn't quite have enough on it for Rickleton. And big Daryl Mitchell, with a good balance and presence of mind of where he was in terms of the boundary cushion.
Yeah, you get the feeling that the fielders in these situations, they love it. They
advantage. Oh, and goes at Phillips. That is Phillips, and I just wondered if he got a fingertip to it, and if he'd been a little bit further back towards the boundary, I reckon he could have pulled off another screamer.
Yeah, when he made contact, I thought it was way back, but...
Pumped down the ground. He's onto that so quickly, Diego Brevis.
Just a glimpse of the power that he has off the back foot, if you don't mind.
It's high up in the air. Daryl Mitchell steadies himself and holds on to the catch. Diego Brevis' short stay at the crease has ended.
131 for 3.
Saying early, you're asking questions of the lower orders.
That might just find a gap. It does. Precision placement from Markram.
Markram continues. 77 now.
Markram is... Placement again, superb. Davey Miller on this occasion.
We saw one 2 balls ago from Aidan Markram, and this time it's David Miller. Pretty much the exact same delivery. Slower ball bouncer. Miller just pausing on his... Yeah, this is unfortunate.
very big statement from David Miller. Lockie Ferguson just brushes the hair back and says, well then, didn't quite expect that, but smiles on the faces of South Africa, because they have given New Zealand a lesson here tonight, there's no doubt about it, and they can march on now with a lot of